Hello everyone and welcome to the Movie Fanatics. My name is Brannick. So in my solo review, I mentioned that I would be taking a break between my next solo video because I was going to be editing a longer video. This is it. This is the longer video. I thought I'd record a short intro because why not? I got time. Just to give a quick backstory, if you don't know who Durant Cinema is, he makes YouTube videos. He does a lot of movie hunting and stuff like that. He's a really cool guy and you should subscribe to him. His channel should be linked down below if I don't forget to do that. Braden reached out to him over Instagram and asked if he wanted to talk to us about whatever, and he actually responded. Here we are. Before we start, I want to thank him. We were both really nervous going in. I feel like that's pretty obvious in the video. But like I said, he was super nice and fun to talk to, so thank you, Dave, if you're watching this. I should also mention that this is older footage. This was originally recorded around mid-December of 2020. It was supposed to come out then, but then we realized that I was still going to make my Tower Heist review, and we were going to do the Christmas double feature, so we rescheduled it to sometime in 2021. There's a few little hiccups here and there due to internet problems. We were talking over Zoom. With all my rambling out of the way, we're just going to let the footage roll. It's mostly raw. I tried to cut out as little as possible, just stuff that really did need to be cut, so this is mostly raw footage. I hope you enjoy it. This is Brannick from the Movie Fanatics, signing off.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, all right.
Howdy.
We're all set.
Yeah.
All right. What's going on there, fellas?
Nothing
Nothing.
How to
much.
do?
I'm kind of nervous and jittery because I've never talked to like an actual person who is
Oh,
way
yeah?
better at this than we are.
Oh man. It's a regular guy, okay? That's all I am. That's all I am for this. I'm looking forward to it, fellas. I can't wait. Don't be nervous. Come at me. Give whatever you want. Ask me anything, and we're just here to have a good time, have fun.
Okay.
Talk about some movies, man. Talk about some movies. So no, this is pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to it.
So I guess I'll just start. A question
Yeah.
that I've had for quite a while, actually.
What's that?
How do you sustain buying all the Blu-rays that you do?
That's a good question. Really good question. My wallet doesn't approve of this method, but to be honest with you, I don't know. It all started. I never really collected Blu-rays until a certain Christmas where my family just gave me some, and I was like, okay, all right, I can deal with this. I never really dived deep into them until like starting YouTube,
Mhm.
and then just I would collect here and there. I would collect some Blu-rays, some 4Ks, like certain titles that I was really looking forward to.
Mhm.
And then I don't know, for some reason, it's about the steelbooks. The steelbooks. I
Yeah.
saw one, and I was like, "What is this thing?" I'm like, "People collect this?" I actually denied it. I was like, "This is ridiculous. Like, what is this? What is this thing?" And then after a while, I don't know how I got into them. I think it was like one day there was like a Resident Evil steelbook, and I was just like, I like the cover of that one,
Mhm.
and I bought that. Then I bought another one. And then all of a sudden, it just opened up the gates of steel books into my life, and it's been hurting my wallet big time, for sure. It's crazy because I'm legit running out of room right now. I have a couple
I
of
can
shelves.
see that.
Yeah,
I can see
yeah.
that.
I have at least like 1, 2, 3. I have a TV display where I stack all the stuff. And then I thought I had some room, and then I was organizing everything. I was just like, "Yikes! There is no more room whatsoever." So it's getting there. It's getting there for sure. How many Blu-rays do you guys have? Do you guys have a huge collection or anything?
Well, I started it kind of first. My friend Brannick is a little bit late into this head game, I would say.
That's all right. He's in it though. He
Yeah,
is in the
But
game.
I can show you.
Yeah.
I'm actually sitting at the set I film in, and behind
Oh,
me, I
awesome.
don't know if you can see that.
Ooh.
There
All
are
right.
Blu-rays, and they go all the way
Yeah.
around in like a moon thing.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you know how many you have?
The last time I counted, actually, I wrote it down because I also have a separate thing for for my DVDs,
Wow.
which are old. The
Oh,
last time I counted, I had 146 Blu-rays, but that has since grown.
146.
Yeah,
Damn.
but it's probably like 170, I bet, or less than that, but not
Yeah, there you go.
as
That's awesome.
much as you, Dave.
No. That's 176. That's a really good number, to be honest with you. That's excellent. Like people would ask me all the time, like, "Oh, how many movies do you have?" And I just sit there and go, "I have no idea. I don't count or anything. I just buy them and throw them on the shelf and admire them and just stare at them and just embrace them, smell them, and sometimes lick them." No, that's not true. The last part's not true.
All right.
Just kidding.
Brannick, would you
Yeah.
like to ask the next question? Because this is kind of a free-for-all.
Free for all. Anything you
I
got?
guess.
Talk about movies like what? Yeah, go ahead.
Man, I don't know. What?
Like what? What's everyone's
This is a
favorite
question? I guess.
Oh.
But I'm not.
It's all right.
I'm sorry.
Let's.
Why'd you have to put him on the
Okay,
spot? Huh? Why'd you have to do that?
Come on now.
Oh, you're in the hot seat, man.
I guess.
Ask me a question.
I guess like.
No, wait.
I guess about YouTube, how is, because you've got
A lot of
more subscribers than we do, but like, yeah, how is that kind of a thing that you can? How do you push to make the quality content that you do? Like,
Ooh,
that's
all
a really
right.
vague question. I'm sorry about that.
No, that's
No, it's-
excellent. Because that's a good question. It is a good question because honestly, I've been probably doing YouTube for about, I want to say like 6 years now is when I officially started. And I'm just like literally everyone else. You had to start somewhere. You had to buy a camera, maybe some editing software, and just do the best you can. Just throw it up there and whatever. But it really helped along the way when I first started was just commenting on other people's videos, watching other people's movie reviews. Like it's the same in the community. That is the big part. It's just being involved. And I made some really good friends in some groups, and we kind of just progressed along the way. And then my channel kind of like drifted. You know, I kind of branched out a little bit because I was doing movie reviews and everything, and then maybe some short films. And then I started slowly getting into Blu-ray hunting videos where I was like, okay, this is fun. Like, and then some, people started to watch. It's all about staying consistent, entertaining. That's all it is. Like if you post a video and people see like how much work you put into it, people will recognize that for sure. Because if sometimes you could just throw a video and whatever, but like if people see all the effort and you keep advancing your channel, people will appreciate that. And I was doing all sorts of stuff, and then like I said, just getting into Blu-ray hunting. That's what I really love the most because I love the aspect of like a journey. It's like an adventure going from one place to the next. And honestly, I love editing. Like it's a love-hate relationship because sometimes like I love it at first because it's amazing. And then after a while, like 2 hours in, I'm just like, I'm done. I'm all set. But I love YouTube. It legit made me like meet so many people. Like people I would never have met before. I've met people in different states and just got to talk to you like, right now. If I never did YouTube, I would never be doing this. Even in this spot as to today, I would just be watching a movie and that's it. And that's the great thing about YouTube is just connecting with other people who have the same interests as you, such as movies. And I think that's the best part. And I actually made friends with certain people on YouTube, but till this day, like I just go, wow, like this is amazing. So it's really, really cool experience. It's been a blast, and I'm just very grateful that people even like to watch my video. I have no idea why or what's the purpose of it, but they like to watch this face do crazy stuff. It's a hideous face. So I don't know. I don't get it.
Because
Yeah. So, well, it was kind of in like June or July, I think I had the idea of this, and Brannick was even like, okay, okay.
Yeah,
And
I
then,
was.
yeah, and then
Wait.
we started actually to film stuff, and we were like, okay, I
Yeah.
think I'm down, and then we're here, and um, I think it's growing.
Yeah,
I think,
that's oh, it's good. It's good because,
yeah.
like I said, you got to start somewhere at some point. Because I remember when I first started making videos, I was completely nervous. Like I would sit there in front of the camera.
Same,
Yes, yes.
same.
See,
Yeah,
everyone goes through that. The more you do it, the more you get used to it. The more you have a theme, it just flows. But before, like you would have it all down in your head, but the moment you hit record, it just all goes out. It's
yeah,
gone.
yeah. So yeah,
And
Yeah.
so my friend actually who is with us, he is the one that actually sits down and writes scripts.
that's
But with
awesome.
me,
There you go.
I just
Yeah,
film it.
I do.
I'm just
I
like,
do that stuff.
let's just do it.
Yeah. See, I like that.
Yeah.
You guys have two different tactics that you
Mhm.
approach. So no, I like that.
And then
That's pretty
he's
cool.
the funny one, and I'm like the more just informational. Just here it is and go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was initially nervous. When he approached me because I was like, sure, I will be a background character on the channel. And it was like I feel like it was intimidating. It was
Oh,
like
oh,
now
sure.
people are going to, well, people might see our content and all still, but we're just starting out anyway. But it's
Oh, yeah.
gotten better. I really like doing it. I think it's super fun to sit down and record. Recording is definitely my favorite part about it because it's like writing a script is tedious and editing is like you said, it's like a love hate. It's also
Yes.
kind of tedious.
Yes.
But I've really enjoyed our time doing it. Yeah.
That's awesome. And
It's
like
been great.
I feel like that's the whole point of it, you know? Like if you love doing it, if you're very passionate about movies and just talking about it, just that's great. Just keep doing it. And I applaud anyone who starts off doing YouTube because like you said, it's nerve-wracking because you do not know what you're going to get yourself into. Like YouTube can be really positive or there's a really dark side to it. But you're putting yourself out there, though. You're putting yourself out there. It's totally fine. You're just trying to do what you're doing. But people are watching. You're just like in the back of your mind, like, oh, will people like this or whatever? Like you're nervous. Like, oh, what about the dislike? Or at first it really sinks in. But after a while, it's just like, okay, you love this. It's a great bonding experience. You get to do it with your friend. You get to talk about movies. It's like at the end of the day, who cares? You're putting yourself out there. Like you could take criticism or whatever, and that's really brave to go out there and just videotape yourself and just express what you love. And I think that's really awesome. And like I said, I applaud people who do that because, like I said, it could be a dark place, but it could be a really good place because you get to experience so many opportunities, like just being in a movie community group, chatting with new people, and just and having your channel grow where more people watch your videos and like what you're doing, and that's really awesome. So as long as you're having fun with it,
Yeah,
you can't beat it. You can't
Yeah.
beat it.
yeah.
That's
And
all I
so
gotta say.
For sure.
when I was going because I thought about reaching out to one of the people I enjoy watching, and I was like, out of all of them, there's like five like main ones, and I'm like, out of those five, you would probably be the most likely because you feel like the most just like a regular guy with a camera walking around Walmart. So I
That's me.
reached out, and I was so shocked that you actually responded. I was like, okay, all right.
Honestly, if I was in your shoes and I reached out to someone, that I liked watching their videos and everything and wanted to do an interview, I would crap my pants. Like I couldn't do it. Like just like, okay, I want to meet Arnold. Like I'll send them out, and he responds back like, "Hello,
God.
Dave. Yeah, sure. Yeah, come on, I'll do it. All right. When?" I'm like, huh? I wouldn't know what to say. I would be like, oh my God. Like I'd feel so nervous. So like, just the fact that you did that and whatever. Like, yeah, I don't think I'm anything special whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like you said, I'm just a regular guy.
Because I want to start with my friend. I want to start doing like Blu-ray like stuff like in stores and stuff. How do you film in stores? Because I've tried it once, and it was in Walmart, and it was probably the wrong place to try it in.
Yeah.
And it was just strange. There was a lot of people. I had to keep my phone very low. Like I couldn't go too high. Yeah. So I was like, I'll try it again another day.
Oh, dude. I sometimes I will rewatch the earlier videos that I've done, and I was the exact same way. I remember the first time I did it, just lifting up the phone alone was like already scary enough.
It's like,
yes,
it's like you don't want to be one of those people, like the Walmart weirdo.
Yeah. Like you have your photo taken, the Walmart weirdos, and I'm like, that's me.
Why is he filming the Blu-ray section?
But it like I said, even with just movie reviews and just recording, it takes time. It takes time. The more you do it, the more you feel comfortable with it. And it took me a while for sure, because that's the thing. Even sometimes today, like I'll start recording and like I'll just like feel presence, and I'll wait until they're gone or whatever. But other times I'm just like, I don't care. I'm gonna here we go, camera whatsoever. But it definitely takes a while for sure. I was not comfortable. It felt really weird. I would hear a pin drop from like 20 aisles away, and I'll get so nervous. I was just like, oh my, there's no one there, but I would still feel like someone's watching me. And it was very intimidating for the longest time. I would speak so quietly, but just like I said, the more you do it, the more you get a lot. Like even just getting one person, just lifting it up. At the end of the day, you're not going to see these people ever again, or maybe you might. Who knows? But you just get used to it, more comfortable. Like I said, I'll still get like a little insecure sometimes here and there. It depends, but for the most part, I'm just like, all right, gotta lift it up, gotta get this going. The more videos I do, the more I progress, and that's pretty much with any channel. Like I said, the more you do the videos, the more you put yourself out there, you get comfortable. But having your camera out there, you definitely have a lot more experiences with that for sure.
Yeah, I think it'd be a lot easier to do it with like multiple people with you, because just by yourself, I tried doing it. I'm like, wow, that weirdo over there is staring at me. He's like, why is he lifting up a Blu-ray of Predator? Like, what is he doing?
That's right. Especially when he's going, come here, come on, do it. I'm here, kill me. And he's doing an Arnold impression as he's doing it. Where did they get these people?
Like this weirdo's in Walmart. What is he doing?
I'm never coming here again. But you know what, though? It probably adds a nice story when they get back home. They're like, oh, my God. Did you know what I experienced at Walmart today?
And then it's like a review of the local Walmart. It would be 5 stars if it wasn't for the guy doing the Arnold impersonation.
That's true. And it's hilarious, too, because I'll go to Best Buy and, like, people would be like, oh, hey, in the background, like, Best Buy employees, be like, oh, dude, you're here all the time.
I've seen that,
like, people are like, oh, hey, what's your channel? I'm like, oh, Durant Cinema, blah, blah, blah. So I've had that a couple of times for sure. But
now,
it's definitely an interesting experience.
Yeah.
I definitely really like
Best Buy, but it's just I can never. It's we don't live near Best Buy. We're like 5 minutes away from a Walmart, so if I'm gonna get a movie, I'll go there. But
Oh yeah,
Best Buy, I
Yeah.
prefer it. I prefer going to Best Buy, but I just can't.
You
I
guys don't have
prefer
a
it too. And I'm actually
Best Buy?
a little bit closer.
It's like 20 minutes away, but
I'm
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah, but
still,
I
yeah.
go there a lot more because Walmart is awful because everything is overpriced. And
oh yeah,
it's a lot more chill in there. Like
It
everyone
is.
just minds their own business. They don't, ask you things. It's just
yep. Oh yeah, I feel the same way.
It's
Like
chill.
when I first started doing it, I think like Target was my number one place. I always felt like they didn't really bother you. While Best Buy, I don't know, for some reason, I always remember going in and they would be like, "Hey, may I help you?" or "There's a guy over there," or whatever. But now, weirdly enough, my Best Buy, I'm the most comfortable
Mhm.
with recording because I
Because
feel like
they
pretty much
probably
everyone knows me.
know you. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they just see this weirdo. But I'm like, listen, I come in and I buy their stuff. Okay,
I do too.
Just
Yeah.
leave me
yeah.
alone. Yeah, I'm all good. I'm sure they're fine with it because they're just like, okay, this guy comes in, he buys our movies all the time, he spends ridiculous amount of money, so yeah, we'll leave him alone. So
Yeah.
I'm very grateful because, like I said, other Best Buys aren't that nice. So
Yeah.
it's good.
So I want to ask all of you, what is your favorite film? So I already know Brannick's, but Brannick, what is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is not a very popular movie. It's like it's a weird movie, and it's just kind of strange. It's called Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? It came out like either 2000 or 2001. It's like this crime comedy that takes place in the 30s in like Alabama or somewhere. I really like it. It's really funny, and I think it's I think who did that movie? I don't know who the directors are, so I doubt Braden does. But do you know who the
I don't.
directors of the movie are?
Honestly, no, I don't. Actually, I think I've heard of it, but
Yeah,
I haven't seen it though. I haven't seen it, but it's really good.
yeah, I really like it. Braden, go ahead.
Oh, that's good.
What's your favorite movie?
You
Well, I
know
already know
mine. Okay, so my favorite film is Jaws.
Oh.
And,
I have seen that.
So as a kid, my parents started me on a lot of older films, and they were very trusting with me because they knew that I would like these movies, and I would obviously have to, see them eventually. And it was mostly my dad who got me on stuff like Terminator and Predator and to Die Hard. I probably saw Predator a little too young, but I saw Jaws and something just clicked. Like I fell in love. Like it, and it's actually a part of my life. It means a lot to me. And actually, a couple of summers ago, we actually took a trip to Arthur's Vineyard where they filmed Jaws, and we got like a private tour of like where they shot everything.
Oh, that's sick.
And it was literally the best thing ever. And it was
That's
just
awesome.
an amazing experience. And I've told Brannick this, I have 3 copies of Jaws on Blu-ray.
There you go.
I have the
That's a
normal
collector
Blu-ray,
right there.
I have the lenticular thing, and I also have the steelbook still in the plastic, obviously.
There you go. Yep, that's a definition of a collector.
Yeah.
But he is always like, "Why do you need 3 copies of it?" And I'm like,
Oh.
Why do you need 3 copies of the same?
It-
Get a
it-
different
it-
steelbook.
It makes sense. Like I'm
It
not even
does,
going to deny that. Like it's true because I people are like, why do you buy multiple copies? Like I totally get it, but it's just something about a passionate, like collector that just that you need it in your life.
Yeah.
so
I just
Jay,
love the cover artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cover
What is
artwork
your
is I love cover artwork.
Oh, same.
Favorite
Sometimes I
film?
buy a movie off of cover artwork.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that looks so good. And I'm like, I haven't seen the movie, but I need it.
Yeah,
it's a terrible
It'll look-
addiction.
It's a
great on a
terrible
shelf.
addiction.
It'll look so good.
So, Dave,
Yes.
what is your favorite film?
Oh, my favorite film would definitely have to go always number one, The Predator. That's right, with my boy Arnold.
Okay,
That's right, go
you said
get the
Predator.
chopper.
you
What's
said
that?
the Predator. I thought you meant that horrible thing that came out.
Oh
in
no 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 no
2018.
no no the first one, the first one with
No,
the
you're
with the,
talking about
no.
Predator.
Jesus, no, yes,
Predator.
yes, Predator.
Predator.
Yes.
Thank
That one,
God.
just regular Predator. I know that's sorry. Yeah, they have that stupid in there, thrown in there. No,
I never saw the other one. I don't want to.
no, do not watch it. It's well, unless you want to, yeah, just check out. There's one really cool scene. I'll give it that. But it's weirdly enough, like I like all the Predators. Like they're all fun movies. The first one's obviously my favorite of all time.
Yeah.
It's my beloved
It's a classic.
movie. All the other ones, yeah, oh yeah. And it's funny because you said that growing up. Because when I had to babysit my niece, I would ask her like, which one you want to watch, Terminator or Predator? And we'd watch Predator. And she would be like 8.
I think
But,
I
like,
was like 8 or 9
yeah.
when I saw Predator, and I was probably a little too young. Yeah, but
Oh, that's all right. You know, it
That's
depends on
something
the
we
family. You know.
watched it growing up is when he was also young, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It always depends with the family. Like my family, we're all cool with that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. You know, we don't care.
But
But
I've been introducing him to more like classic films because he has never really seen a
I
lot
haven't
of
seen a whole
classic
lot.
movies. Sorry to throw
Yeah.
you under the bus, Brannick. But
That's my
part of this,
damn,
my
they
little
thrown
secret.
but
is this how the relationship is?
no,
First he
no.
Yes.
throws you on the hot seat, on the hot seat with the question, and now throwing you under the bus.
No.
What is going on around here?
I meant
What
that
is happening?
Okay, I meant that in the
That's
best
like the
way
second
possible.
topic of discussion every time. It's like, hi, how are you? You've never seen Jaws, by the way.
Because, part of
You haven't seen Jaws?
I haven't seen Jaws, and I really would like to.
Oh, okay.
But I've just never
Okay,
gotten
but-
around to it.
Look at him.
But I have to watch it. I really
Part
want
of the
to.
reason we actually started our channel is so Brannick could see more of these classic movies, right, Brannick?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I haven't seen a lot of older classic movies. I wouldn't consider myself to have gotten super into movies until pretty recently, like 1-2 years ago. I was always like, yeah,
You met me,
I like movies,
Brannick.
but
Yeah.
You met me.
Hey, Brannick, I hear where you're coming from, man. I'm gonna be. I understand because I like till this day, even lately. There'll be like a new movie, and it'll be like a classic or an older film, and I'll be like, "Oh, guys, all right, I haven't seen this movie," and people will just be like, "What? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you have a movie channel and everything that you collect movies." I'm like, I don't know. That's just my life. You know, I was growing up. Sure, I liked movies, but I wasn't as into them as like. It's funny because I remember the year, it was 2013. That's when I really like started going to the movie theater. And I think that's when I started my YouTube channel, like, or at least shortly afterwards. And that's when I became like really more infested with just movies. And I'm so glad I did because I learned a lot. Like before, I'd be like, oh, this movie was okay, or this one was bad, and then I watched some videos and. I'll rewatch the movie, and like you just see it in a different light, and you're just like, wow, I didn't even recognize like CGI background, like blue screens. I had no idea that. I thought legit everything was filmed as is for the longest time.
Honestly, but it's kind of the same with me. As a kid, I liked movies and stuff, and I bet my parents saw something in me, like he likes movies. And as a kid, I did do sports at a very young age, but now I do theater and acting and stuff. And maybe it's because I do theater and acting, and that's probably why I love movies as much as I do. But yeah, it's
That's awesome.
something about it, and my yeah, it's just that. It's just
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it. It's just I love movies.
No, that's good because movies are they're a great escape for sure. It's excellent. Like you just watch a movie and you get lost in it, and it's a good getaway from like real life and everything. Some movies make you filled with emotion, just like
and my
happy,
father and
sad.
my father and I, we bond over Star Wars and especially James Bond. Like those are the other two things that we bond over constantly because he grew up in the golden age of films.
Yeah. Well,
And
there you
he
go.
remembers seeing
example.
He saw the original Star Wars trilogy in the theaters as well as that film are right there in theaters.
Oh, there you go.
Lost Ark. So he grew up and he saw all of these films that I love now in theaters, and now we can bond over them and talk about them. And sometimes I talk his ear off a little bit too much, but it's fun to have someone else in the house that likes the exact same stuff I do.
That's cool. So not only in like drama and theater, but like you saying, you just have that bond with your dad. You can just talk about Star Wars and Indiana Jones and stuff like that. So that's another great thing about movies. Plus, they're always fun. They're always fun.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree with what you were saying about they're powerful. They can allow you to or
Oh yeah, like just escape. Just like you said.
My thoughts just disappear. Yeah,
you're getting so deep into it. It's like it was building. It was like
deep.
then just released.
I was about to get to the point, and then I lost the point.
You just stop talking. It's like, and then
you're like
movies. They can just.
I wasn't too sure if like your video froze.
I was confused. I'm like, is he going to finish his sentence?
We're all left on the cliffhanger.
Froze.
We're like, what? What's he gonna say?
Yeah, but it is an escape, and that's one of my favorite parts about movies. They're great with it.
That should be the way that you should talk from now on. Like if you're at a restaurant or like a fast food place, like what would you like, sir? Like, could I get the? And you leave them on the edge of the toes. Like, get the what? Get the what?
Get the what?
No, I'm only messing around.
But yeah, and in the great words of my friend, he said in one of his videos, yes, you, Brannick, yes. He said in one of his videos, he said, you sit down and you will waste 2 hours, and it's great. And that's what movies are. Yeah. You sit down and you waste 2 hours. It's great.
It's great. I love that. It's like, it's weird because movies have always kind of been that, for me at least, just that thing that you go to when you're bored or when you don't know what to do, and you just like sit down and watch a movie, and it's great. I love when I get to do that. I love when just looking on Netflix and seeing what I haven't seen yet, and just like give that a watch.
Yeah, that is cool.
I absolutely love it.
And
that's always the best when you try to look up for like a new movie and it's actually good. Mm-hmm. You're like, wow, all right. Yes, I was so happy.
Yes. Sometimes if I see like a Blu-ray or something, I'll look it up first, and then if it has like a certain percent, I'll be like, okay, all right, I'll do it. But there have been times where I've picked up a Blu-ray and I'm like, okay, this is really interesting, and I look it up, it's got like 10%. I'm like, okay. Let's just put it back.
Putting that back. Forget I even mentioned you. Forget I even touched you. Okay.
Even with a bad movie, I feel like sometimes it's even fun to just watch it and just say, this sucks. This is really bad.
It's one of my
fun.
favorite bad films is actually Alien 4. It's terrible. Like, I know it's bad, but I have a great time watching it.
Hey, there you go.
It's like, terrible.
Listen,
Like,
I have all the
good.
Sharknado movies on Steelbook 4. Okay.
Oh my god.
Like,
it's like
I'm guilty of them.
as long as it's fun, it's never a bad thing to watch a movie, even if it is. Some movies are just you just don't even. They're so bad that you just can't have a good time.
Yeah.
But a lot of the bad movies are just fun to laugh at, and I also like even when movies are bad, they're still okay.
Yeah, no, like sometimes you'll find something good out of them.
I'm also not great films, not great movies.
What? Whoa!
No, wait, hold on.
Whoa.
Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. Some people think they aren't good. I absolutely love these movies.
This is what I'll say about The Mummy. I've seen the first two for the longest time.
The first two are freaking great.
I love the first two. I love the first two Mummies. They are fantastic, amazing. I'd never seen the third one. And then I was with my, it was like a couple years ago. It was with my girlfriend at the time, and she had it on. And I was like, all right, I'm like, let's just watch this. Literally, we got through the first half. I'm like, oh my goodness, I really wish I didn't watch this.
Really?
Yeah. I wasn't a fan, but if you love it though, like I said, that's totally fine. I don't judge.
Yeah,
but I'm judging.
The first one is just such a fun, just action adventure. It's a popcorn movie.
Yeah, and Brendan Fraser is great. In that.
What happened
like,
to that man?
Oh yeah, I don't know. He had some difficult times apparently with something tragic. So yeah, it stinks. But because he was such a great actor, I loved watching his movies growing up. But The Mummy and The Mummy 2 are just so good. Great action films for sure. So I got those.
These special effects don't hold up all that great.
No. That's the thing with CGI. It's like even now, if like you master CGI in a couple of years, it's just it gets better. But then it makes the now look terrible. You're just like, whoa, what? Because people crap on The Mummy 2 back in the day, the Scorpion King with the Rock. He was like this giant scorpion.
Awful.
Well, that's the thing, though. I remember watching that. I go, wow, that is the coolest freaking thing ever. I was like, what? Like, look at these scorpion. Like, just walking around. I thought that was so cool. And for the longest time, I tried to... Yeah.
Now it's
for the longest time, I tried to look for, like, an image of it online. I couldn't find it. I was like, why can't I find this? Like, this is so cool. And I know why. Because it was, back in the day. But now, everyone... You look back, you're just like, yikes. What was that?
Yeah.
What were they thinking?
Yeah, no,
but that's why practical all the way. Way better.
Practical, like the original Star Wars, all the practical models that they use, they still hold up. Some of the CGI doesn't as much, but it was like 800
I
years.
recently watched Empire Strikes Back, which is actually my second favorite film of all time.
What's your of all time? Okay.
Yeah, and I watched it, and I'm like, it's like over 40 years old now, and it still looks great. I'm like, why? Yeah. Why does it still look so good? It makes me mad.
It's funny because I'm not the biggest Star Wars guy. Like I recently watched all of them. Like, where's the block button? You're probably thinking. And no, I watched it a couple of years ago. I want to say like 6 years ago or something like that. 5. I watched all of them straight through, and I will say my favorite is the third one.
Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, I mean, of the original. It's the Return of the
Oh,
Jedi.
the Return of the Jedi.
Jedi,
Return
yeah.
of the Jedi. Yeah.
Okay, I hate how the new one is the Last Jedi
Yeah.
because now I get them confused. Now, before it was so
I
easy
can
to
see
say.
that. I can see that. I can see that.
It's
Yeah.
so frustrating. It's frustrating because I'm nervous. I'm like, wait, which one is it again? How is it called? Is the Last Jedi the Return of the Jedi? I don't know. It's the third one
I
of the
give up.
original. That's my favorite one. I will say,
Really?
people hate on the Ewoks. I love the Ewoks. I think they're hilarious. They're like little hamsters.
I think they're fine. My dad has a problem with them. But
With the
I think,
Ewoks.
yeah, I think it was because Jim Henson was like great friends with Lucas at that time, so that's why that episode in particular there's a lot of like creatures and stuff, and like a little bit more on like the friendlier side because he was friends with Jim Henson and he was hot off of the Muppets, so I think that's why that happened.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, the Ewoks, they're fine.
Oh.
It's not as
I've heard that people
annoying as
hated them. I was like,
yeah.
why? They're not that bad.
I like the setting too in that movie. I like how in the woods, the forest, and then the sand, like the desert. So I thought that was fun. I thought it was definitely my favorite one of the bunch.
Really, wow.
And I know a lot of people love Empire Strikes Back, but the third one, it's where it's at. Don't listen to me. Now I remember growing up, Phantom Menace. I loved Phantom Menace as a kid.
I don't hate it. I actually love the prequels. Are they as good as the original trilogy? Of course they're not.
Really? No.
But especially Episode 3 is actually my third favorite Star Wars film. Actually,
Yeah, that's
Episode 2. And then Episode 2 I watched so many times as a kid, and then when I watch it now, I'm like, that love lines and the dialogue is not good.
Isn't that crazy how, like, growing up, you always think back, like, oh, I love this movie, you know? It's fantastic. And then you rewatch it, and you're like, oh, what was I thinking?
It's
like,
when
all
you're,
right. Yeah.
When you're little, you just see all, like, the bright colors and think it's so cool, but then you kind of filter out all the awkward love scenes and
Yes.
for the laser guns, and that movie was awesome. It had laser guns in it.
Laser guns. Who doesn't love laser guns?
And then now I watch it, I'm like, oh God.
Yeah. But I always remember, like, growing up, I remember me and my friends would go to Toys R Us, and they had a Darth Maul character. I was like, holy crap, like, I need to get my hands on a Darth Maul. I was still never the biggest Star Wars guy, but I just remember it was big and everyone loved it. And I just remember, like, I need that toy. So, I don't know, I think I got it. And I remember my brother posting, like, there was a Mountain Dew wrapper with Darth Maul on there, and he had that on his wall. Like, there was some good times with that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Episode 1 when it came out was huge.
Yeah.
Like, it was big. And now you watch it and it's like, ooh. Great.
And I like my brother, my little brother, he had a birthday party, and I don't know, I forget how old he was. He must have been like 5 or something like that. And he unwrapped some presents, and there were the Star Wars, Phantom Menace toys, and I was just like, oh, that's sick. And I remember some kid be like, you like Star Wars? Like, aren't you old? Like, no. Now, I remember it was a while, and for my YouTube channel, it was like I hit a certain amount of subscribers, so I was doing a live stream, and I was just like, how do you do this again?
Yeah,
and I was
same.
like, oh my goodness, it just got worse.
Yeah. So
it was terrible, because you got to, like, oh, what's that?
So
I got to hear.
I was with a friend from school, like, not too long ago, and I had the idea of
it was like towards the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, and so I had the idea of having him on as like a special guest, and we'll do a live stream, and we'll just do whatever the heck, and it'd be great. I clicked on the thing and it says go live. So you're like, okay, if you click go live and you click a few other things, you're in, right? That's how a normal person thinks. I click on it and it's like an owner's manual. I'm like,
Oh,
you have to
yeah.
download like a software and this and that.
Yep.
And now, if you go on to our page on like a certain thing, there's 2 blank live streams. Because I tried twice, so there's like 2 blank live streams.
I don't think they're visible as like if you're just going in, but we can see them and they're annoying.
Yeah, it's incredibly annoying.
Oh, I exactly. Because I was trying to figure it out for the dear life. I was like, okay, this should be no problem. I get home, set it up, and yeah, same thing. It was just like, oh no, you have to download a certain software. I'm just like, what happened? What the freak happened? They made it so difficult. So I did that. I downloaded that and just to connect. Uh-oh.
Where did Brendan go?
And we lost him. But yeah, just live streaming now these days, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Like obviously, I've gotten used to it.
Incredibly
Gotten used to it now. I had to download like OBS Studios. That's the one that I use.
Yeah.
And it's not bad now. Like I finally figured out how to do it, but it's a pain in the buttocks. That's all I'll say. Before they don't make it easy. YouTube does not make things easy for anyone. That's for sure. But you guys are enjoying YouTube though. That you guys are saying.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I actually invested a little bit of money. It was actually a gift for my birthday, which was in November actually. And I bought this desk and I bought a chair, but everything else I had.
That's awesome. There you go. That's what I did too. Like eventually after a while, I bought like a green screen and new lights, camera. After a while, even just a couple years ago, I bought a new camera. I was like, listen, this is what I do pretty much every single day. Might as well spend the money and just upgrade every single time. And so, and let me ask you guys, when you got a couple subscribers, what was that feeling like?
Why?
No, what? Like how was it? How was that feeling?
Yeah, exactly. My emotion was why.
Oh, why?
I was like, wait, we did something good. Because looking back on like some of the earlier videos, Braden's are fine, but looking back at especially, I guess this is just like
No.
self-consciousness. Videos are fine.
Mine are atrocious. I can't speak. I still can't speak.
One's like, no,
Looking
mine
back-
was terrible. The other one's like, no, mine was terrible. But
yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's like looking back. It was like, oh, this is gonna turn out so good, and and it's like it didn't turn out that good. It's like it's
Definitely improved.
fine.
let me tell you now.
Yeah, I feel like we've improved.
Let me tell you now. The videos will progress and become 10 times better for sure from where you are right now. Because I look at my older videos, even some just like 2 years ago. I literally sit there. I go, "Oh my god, that was terrible." I literally was going back to my like earlier reviews, and I like you were saying, like I would just be like, "Wow, this came out good. I thought this was great." And I checked them out. I'm like, "Oh my god, this is the cringiest thing ever." And so it just shows that like you just improve over time, and it's always fun to look back and just see where you start. It's always fun, but like I said, you guys, this is perfect. Like this is cool, and it gives you something to do, like a nice hobby. It's always fun, each week. You gotta do something new, watch a new film, just edit a video and set it up, and who knows how many likes or comments or new subscribers. So that's always cool. I just remember my phone setting off, be like, oh, this guy subscribed to you. I was like, wow. Like, holy crap, that would like legit make my day. And
when we got, I think it was like 10, I think. And I was updating him like every minute. I was like, oh, we got another one.
Yeah.
We got another one.
It's
then
so cool.
I checked and it's like 29 or 30. I'm like, okay. But
we here are little.
Oh, that's right. Like I said, you gotta start somewhere. And for a couple months. Like that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah, we
Like I said,
started
just
in
keep
either
going. Keep going.
June or July, I think, is when we started.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we started
because the original
with,
was supposed to be one of his videos. The first video was
but
supposed to be
then
one of his, and then he was like,
it
you know
was
what,
just
I'm
that.
scrapping this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm scrapping this, and it's like, oh, mine's gonna be the first one.
Next. But okay,
Oh.
here's the thing with me is that I will plan out like when I'm going to like review certain films and like do certain videos, because I was planning on in like late September I was going to rank all 5 of the Pirates of the Caribbean films, and then October 1st hit and I'm like, wait a second,
Oh.
I have to do I have to do like other things now. I have to do like fairy films and horror movies. I'm like, I planned that out all wrong.
You're like, what am I doing already? I'm blowing it.
I was like, come
My
on,
planning,
man.
it's out the window. That's right. Even we're in the holiday season. I
Yes, we
totally
are.
forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. You guys watch any Christmas
It
movies?
doesn't feel like it.
No?
I'm gonna
That's
review a few of them, I think.
Yeah.
You
Maybe.
gonna view 'em?
Yeah,
Oh.
I love Christmas movies.
Oh yeah. What
They're just,
would be
Right.
your top favorite?
I kind of have like
I like
two.
I don't know.
One of them
Like
I-
is
Yep. That's a
But
good
then-
one. Christmas Vacation.
the other one is a controversial one, but I think it is a Christmas movie.
Thank you.
And
Thank
it came with
you!
a slipcover. I
Jesus!
collected one to keep sealed. It's a Christmas movie. Look at the
It's got the
slipcover.
Christmas sweater on there. It's a Christmas
That's a
movie. It's
that's
always with a
Christmas, all
bunch.
right.
I just
Oh,
don't
yeah.
understand it. I don't understand people like. I get it's an action movie and everything, but it's legit with a Christmas party. It's got Christmas themes. It's got a Christmas jingle and some of the score. It's got ho ho ho. I have the machine gun. It's got all. It's there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Sorry. I could just. I'm down. Calm down, Dave. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. I'm calm.
Yeah, I
But
think
that's an excellent
my
one.
favorite would probably be. Oh yeah, my favorite would probably be. I'd say Home Alone. If
Yes.
not my favorite, it's up there. I love that.
That's my
movie.
favorite.
It's just
That's
fun.
my that's
It's
oh for sure.
It's fun. Yeah.
Yes. It's got everything. It's got humor, action, great characters, music. It's just
Yeah.
like I'm a huge Arnold fan, and Jingle All the Way is one of my favorites. But Home Alone it's my favorite Christmas movie of all time. Like that one
Jingle
comes
All the
first,
Way.
then Jingle All the Way, then probably Home Alone 2, Christmas Vacation. There's just that's a great watch for sure. I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies that you have to watch every year. I feel like every Christmas
Yeah.
time, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like an exciting thing. Like, ooh, it's Christmas time, and I get to watch Home Alone.
That's right.
But
Yeah,
I feel like for me, it feels like it's not Christmas yet. I don't know why. It just hasn't hit, and
Yeah.
it's like it's in a week. Or not a week. What day is it? I don't know what day it is.
it's getting there. No, I
It's
think it's
Wednesday.
like almost next. It's almost next week.
Is it next week?
Yeah.
What's the date?
Friday. Next Friday. That's Christmas.
Ooh, it isn't. It's in a
Yeah.
little over. A week.
It's getting there. That's right. I'm a big holiday
I have to
guy.
watch-
Like even
I have
at
to watch
work,
Home Alone then.
I'll decorate for
Yeah.
Halloween, even Thanksgiving. I go a little
I'm
crazy
a
for.
Halloween guy. Like it's my favorite holiday ever. I'm a huge horror movie guy.
It's a good one.
I watch them all the time. It'll be like June, and I'll pop in Halloween. Why? Because I feel
yeah.
like it. Because I feel like it.
You don't need no explanation. Just watch the movie.
Yeah.
You don't need to explain to anyone. You're watching Halloween. That's perfectly fine. I get it. No, that's always the best because like I like horror movies and stuff like that, and just October, like I
best time
buy
of
new
year.
movies and everything, but I'm like I'm not gonna watch them now. I have to push off because right now is only Halloween movies, and just doing like different Halloween themed stuff, like carving pumpkins, and
Mhm.
I did a drive-in, yeah, drive-in. I always get those. I'm like, oh yeah, I went to a drive-through the other
I
day.
went
I'm
to
like, no,
drive-thru,
no,
I
that's
watched
yeah.
Halloween.
I'm like, no, that's the fast food. No, at the drive-in, and it was so cool because they were playing like Halloween and Freddy versus Jason, but they would have people walk around your car like try and
Really?
scare you, and it's just stuff like
Oh.
that. That was always fun to do. So, like random stuff like that. Like I love the holidays, and pretty much after
Yeah.
Christmas, it's just like
Yeah.
for me. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never actually
definitely.
been to a drive-in theater. I've never been to one. I've always wanted to go, but
Me too.
I've
Really?
never
Oh, yeah?
been to one. I feel like that'd be.
It
I
is.
think there's one
It's
not near us, but not exactly far
No,
away from
it's
us.
close by, I think,
There's
actually.
one kind of near.
no, it's
It
a
is
good
close
experience.
by. I thought it was like a little way away. Yeah, I've never been to it because I mean I love going to the movie theater, just like a normal one. It's great.
But
It's
not
like the
now.
way that you should watch a movie. Watching it on a couch
Yeah.
is great enough, but with all the sounds and the lighting and the giant screen, it's
Oh
great.
yeah, it's just like
So,
I
in a-
thought it was always the best,
do
just
it
to
in a
like
car.
in a like in a drive-through or no, sorry, there you go again. Drive-through.
I watched a movie in the
In a
drive-thru.
drive-through, I order a Whopper with cheese. No, when in a drive-in, like it's always the best because I like to sit outside and just we got like our camping chairs and everything. Like if it's really good weather, you just sit outside and just watch a movie. I think that's the best. But even just going to a
Yeah.
movie theater before,
Mhm.
that was always fun. It's just a nice get out,
Yeah.
like get out of the house and do something and watch a movie
Yeah.
and eat popcorn. Like who doesn't love doing that? Is that what you guys get all the time?
Yes, yes.
Is that like
and
your number
yes,
one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of
Okay,
course.
'cause,
I need
Now
it.
I
need it.
love
I
popcorn.
want it. I need it.
Before
I
I
love
walk
popcorn
in,
as like a movie food.
yes.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll like
Yeah,
eat
but-
something and I'm like I'm not that hungry, but I'm here.
I need to get popcorn.
I have to eat popcorn. Yes.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to.
But then
So-
you can hear like the popping and
There's nothing better than that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Our family got a new 4K big TV for the living room, and it's amazing. I watched Aliens on it.
Oh
looked
hell yeah.
Great. Like I never knew how that movie has a blue like tint to it until I watched that film, and it's like that's a blue movie. Like it's got a
Oh,
blue
yes.
hue to it. But on last weekend, I watched a Bond film, Skyfall. That's what it was.
Oh
And you know how we talked about some films you really get like immersed into it.
yeah.
There's a certain scene in Skyfall. It's after the chase underground, and the villain is on his way to that like courthouse or whatever, and Bond is jogging down the street, and the music that plays for a minute, I thought I was
Ooh.
in that scene. I was like, yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking
There was
about.
a smile on my face. I'm like, I've seen this film 1,000 times. Right now, I am in the movie.
I'm actually
Yeah.
it up because I love movies. Like some of my favorite movies of all time have amazing scores. Like for me, if you're able to take an amazing score and apply it with a scene, not just like any scene, but like how it's filmed and the way it flows with the music to make it more epic. I absolutely remember that movie and for the part. Like sometimes I'll watch a movie and I just can't wait for that
Yeah.
scene because it's so chilling how they use that music to make it more impactful than it really is. Or, it will be a great scene, but with that music, the score, it bumps it up to a million.
Yes.
It just it gives me chills. And I need that. I need a perfect score with a scene, because sometimes you have a great scene, it can be emotional, but it's just yeah, okay, whatever. But if you just add the right score at the perfect time, it will change everything. And it's just some really impactful scenes. And I did a video once where I was my favorite scores with scenes, and I was just watching those on YouTube. It still gives me chills. I'm like, that's so good, so good. So
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Sometimes I'll just watch that clip online instead of watching the full movie. I've watched the truck chase in that film, Raiders of the Lost Ark, 1,000 times, because that score that plays over that truck chase is one of the greatest pieces of music I've ever heard.
Oh yeah. See, I love movie scores. I'll add them to my my playlist.
Me too.
And even I'll buy some soundtracks and put them in my car. I remember I bought the Batman v Superman score or whatever, and I'll just be driving, and it just I probably look ridiculous, but I just feel like a badass sometimes. You feel like you're in the movie on a chase, and it's so cool. I don't know. There's something about it. It's great. You need movie scores.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a game changer.
Speeding.
Oh yeah.
It was
Yeah, you might have seen me on the news. Last week.
I was speeding.
I went through this person's house.
Come on, man.
Sir, why were you speeding? I had to. I was listening to this the soundtrack. Oh, totally understandable. All right, you're free. You can go.
Yeah, you're you roll down your window and they're at the side of your car and the music is just blaring and they're like, "Sir, why were you speeding?"
Yeah, police officer. But
Why?
he's jamming out. He's like, "Oh yeah." Have you guys ever done IMAX before, or have you gone to an IMAX theater?
I think I have, but I just don't remember it at all. It was a long time ago. I don't remember what the movie was.
IMAX. It was either IMAX or 3D. It was one of the Transformers films, but it gave me a headache and a half.
Uh-oh.
It was just loud. Those are just loud, obnoxious films.
Whoa. Bring it back now. Bring it back. All right.
You crossed the line again.
You crossed the line.
Okay,
I'm only messing with you. I know people.
As a kid, I loved them, but now I'm like,
No. See, I will say that is people, they don't really care for them, but I like the first four, especially the first one. I think it's one of the best action sci-fi movies of all time. Well, not of all time, but up there for sure. I just going into it, I thought it was gonna be a kids movie, and then I watched it. I was like, wow. That was amazing. The second one I saw 3 times in theaters, but I still thought it was okay. But now I appreciate it because of Megan Fox. That's why. And the third one, I love the ending battle that with the music. Once again, going back to that, they have a lot. I will say this: Transformers movies have one of the best scores, soundtracks of all time.
I'll give them that.
Oh.
Yes.
It's great. And I love the way that they use them. So that's another reason why I like them. But I get it. I get it though. Oh, Brennick was like, "I'm not having this." He's like, "Screw you!" I hated the. He's like, "I hated the music in the Transformers movies."
Yeah, but I actually saw. I don't know if it was the end of last year. I think it was the end of last year or the start of 2020 that I saw the original Alien in theaters. I think it turned 40. Yeah, and it was it looked it looked great, but also felt fresh. It just felt new.
Oh, they released it in theaters
Yeah,
again? Oh, awesome. Oh, for the 40th, you said?
I think so. Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Something like that. Alien, right? The first one.
yeah, the first one.
It's so crazy how that franchise is. Well, especially the first two. It's weird. Okay,
The
because
first two
growing
are
up,
fantastic.
the third one, I actually remembered the most. I actually thought I
Really?
liked the third one, and until I rewatched it, it's one of those things again where like, okay, it wasn't that great after all. Like I understand what people are saying, but the first two, it's just so funny because the first one is just so like it has got a little slow build, and it's more of like a little horror to it,
Mhm.
and that's what I liked
Slasher
about it. I thought it
movie.
was good. And then the second one is by James Cameron, which is my personal favorite director, and it's just more action and more characters, more shooting, and way more aliens, like and then Alien Queen, and it
Yeah.
was just all over the place. And I love it because both of them, both like people love both of them, and they're very different, and yet people enjoy them for different reasons. So I thought that was really cool. Like how a franchise like that can get away with it, how one's completely different and people still merge the both. Like, oh yeah, I love Alien, or oh yeah, I love Aliens. But you don't hear that about Alien 3 or 4, especially the fourth one.
But what's sad is I own all four of them.
Oh, same. Actually, I have the steelbook for all 7 films, which I never really cared for. Like, the what was it? The Covenant and
Oh,
Prometheus. Like, I never cared for Covenant. Prometheus, I thought was okay.
Covenant, actually.
Oh, you got it right there
Um,
on the blue.
I've seen.
Wait, hold on. How you doing this right now?
I'm
Like,
sitting at my
wait, what?
set.
Oh no, but like we'll be talking a movie. You're like, speaking of Rocky, I got it right here. Like
I just
you
have all
legit
of them.
just like have like that's pretty good. Like we'll just be talking about a movie like this guy
I
right
have
here.
Okay, but okay.
It's like a
I've
magic.
seen this film more times on actual TV than I've ever actually put in the Blu-ray, even though I bought the Blu-ray.
Oh, I'll do the same. For some reason, back in the day, like I'll just if the movie was on TV,
Mhm.
I wouldn't feel pressured to watch all of it. Like in these commercials, I can go out and go to the bathroom or get a drink or whatever. Like I don't know. I always preferred like on TV, but
I love how
I'll
you
say
did
I
that.
got, like-
Speaking of Rocky,
yeah. That's what I'm currently watching right now is
really,
all the Rocky movies.
I've
Yeah.
honestly never a huge fan of the Rocky movies. I think I have the first one, I think, but
Say what?
I've never been a huge fan of the Rocky.
Say what?
I have the first one. It's right here.
All right. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
I've never been interested in those kind of really slow dramas.
Oh man, they're uplifting. They're uplifting as hell. It's like you want to be a champion and get through stuff in life, then you got to watch the Rocky franchise.
Stallone, sometimes it's really hard to understand what he's saying because he
What do you
mumbles a
mean,
lot.
huh? Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't get it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't do stuff like that.
How many impressions can you do?
Not that many. They're not very good.
Actually,
But like my favorite one is obviously Arnold because I try to live up to the man, the myth, the legend, my icon. So it's a
How
what's that?
many copies of the first Terminator have you bought?
All right, guys, cover your ears. Honestly, I don't know, but probably way too many. I want to say at least
one copy of Terminator 1 and one copy of Terminator 2.
Rennick, if you thought 3 was a lot, well, Don't look at my collection. All right. I probably have like 10 copies. I'm not gonna lie, of the Terminator.
What?
Well, for me,
Just
like,
in case you drop one.
yes, yeah, that's true. See, you know where I'm coming from.
There's advantages and disadvantages.
That's true. Like, see, yeah, like if I lose one, I got an extra one right there, and that if that one gets lost, like I got backups for backups. But no, like there was one point where I was actually going to dedicate trying to buy every single Arnold movie, like a different, like the same movie, different cover, different format. I was almost there. I was getting to that point in my head. It was a scary time because eBay is a terrifying place. Like you look up all the stuff, and that's what I was doing. I just get bored. I look up steelbooks and mostly Arnold stuff, and I was gonna buy legit all like the Arnold movies. And unfortunately, that slowed down quite a bit.
Good.
Like I'll buy stuff here and there, of course, but not as crazy. I probably bought like 10 movies in like a couple of weeks, and yeah, that wasn't good for my wallet for sure.
Actually, my favorite places to actually buy movies is that I don't buy a ton of like brand new Blu-rays. Like I buy them at like flea markets or those like peddlers malls, or I have this one store that he has like a ton of stuff, and it's like great prices, like $4.99 or $5.99, and then FYE, of course. FYE is like a great store.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. I'm still sad about mine because I had the perfect FYE like 15 minutes away from me. It was like 3 whole aisles, and it was just perfect because a lot of people, don't have FYEs and stuff like that. It's like, wow. Or I've gone to other ones where the FYEs had a couple like, movies, mostly like DVDs or whatever. But mine had just like so many random stuff, so many different titles, and they were just starting to get like exclusive steelbooks and everything. It was awesome until the mall had to close down, and that's it was terrible. It was like roughly around, it was like 2 years ago, but it sucked. I was like, that was my go-to place. I'm like, not a lot of people can go there, but that was my home. That was my place to go. If there was a slow release week, I would just go right to that FYE.
My
and
favorite thing I've ever bought
see what they got.
from FYE has to be exclusive. I think it wasn't exclusive. I think, or maybe not, but it's a Scream Factory.
Oh yes, there you go. Yes, rub it good, or smash it against your forehead. Either one works.
Yeah, whichever
one
comes
works,
first.
yeah.
Man, the Scream Factory steelbooks, that's what I'm talking about. That was a good pickup with the Thing.
Well, actually, I think it was a gift. I think actually, but yeah,
Hey, the even better. A nice gift. How can you go wrong with that? A nice gift. But yeah, that's just, like I said, eBay. That's where I find like the most bizarre steelbooks because sometimes you can't find them, at a Best Buy, or Walmart, or Target. So I'll be looking on eBay, and man, like I said, it is a dark place on eBay. It's just like you're one click away, and you don't add up how much money you're spending. You're just like, I like it. You hit, and it says confirmed, and you're just like, yeah. Sometimes you get that like guilty feeling, like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Sometimes I pause off. I'm like, no, Dave, don't do it. And then like later, I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. Whatever. Screw it. And I click, and yeah, there it goes. So many choices, such a little money.
Hey, I think I have to. I got a text from my mom, so I think I have to go in a minute. But yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Oh no, that's totally fine. First off, I just want to say thank you guys for having me on here and just simply talk about movies. Like this is great. Like definitely keep up with the channel. Keep making videos, and have a good time with it, guys.
Yeah.
So you're doing awesome, great. Like you get to do stuff like this. So definitely keep growing. I want to
But
see you guys explode.
but
So
I think we
Thanks
want
for
to actually
being on.
thank
No
you,
problem.
yeah, for actually
Yeah.
yeah, hey,
acknowledging
anytime.
us.
Yeah.
No, because
yeah.
yeah, like I said, it's very relatable. Like I totally get it. You know, it's just if you like people who have asked me, I was just like, yeah, sure. Like I'll hop on and like I'll speak. And it's also great to just talk to movie goers or people simply watching my channel. That's the thing is like I'm just grateful for anyone checking out my channel and just be like, hey, can I have you? So it's like, yeah, sure, like no problem. Because like I said, I've been there and everything. Not like my channel is like crazy, but definitely know how the steps that to go for YouTube. So and plus it's just like I said, just great getting to know people and just talking about movies. It's always a good time. So thank you.
Yeah.
So
Right,
thank you, and
Thanks.
Anytime.
Thank you for talking.
bye.
All right, that's it.
Bye.
All right, adios, y'all. Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
all right.
one last thing.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Can you say your catchphrase?
All right, guys, that's it. And hot friggin' chicken nuggets, baby, dipped in barbecue sauce and honey mustard. Is that good? Was that what that
yes,
phrase?
Yes.
All right.
Thank
awesome.
you.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Anytime.
All right.
Anytime. See you
Bye.
guys
Bye.
later.